News Talk 630, WMAL.
We start with a very basic question. I would like all of our guests to begin by giving us a quick assessment of the new Obama presidency, with particular attention to perhaps a particular high point and a particular low point in what has already been a very busy first 3 weeks. So, George, can we start with you?
I guess the way I would summarize it is to say that 4 weeks in, President Obama is all in. I mean, he's put every single chip on the table, only 4 weeks in. I mean, basically, you've got a $789 billion stimulus plan. Even more important, more consequential, is what Secretary Geithner put on the table just 2 days ago. And obviously, we saw the market reaction. That doesn't mean it's not going to work. But if those two plans don't work, and he said it, if those two plans don't work, his presidency is over. If they work, he sails to 2 terms in history.
Was the president perhaps wrong, going back to this whole question about being overexposed, to send Tim Geithner up in front of the cameras when there was a proposal but not really a plan? A lot of the so-called experts were saying we thought we'd see details. I don't know how realistic that was, but assuming that's what the criteria or what the measurement is going to be, do you say, well, we're just going to wait another week or so?
It's a great question. I don't know the answer. I can imagine the debates on either side.
I mean, part of the problem with this is that it is very bad politics and difficult but necessary but questionable policy. The politics are easy. I listen to hearings day after day. There's not a member of Congress who will get up and defend the first HARP. They get up and say, I can't believe we're giving money to people who squandered it, who went in and destroyed the financial system with excesses, and they go on and
now, these
on.
These are the same guys who said we had to pass it yesterday,
correct,
back in September.
Correct. And
they might have been right both times.
And about the fourth paragraph, they'll say, now, of course, we probably had to do it. It would have been a disaster. But the thing is...
There's obviously a lot of people here representing businesses, people that are wondering what they should invest in, if at all, this year. And Leslie, you cited obviously a lot of spending already. If you're sitting out here wondering, particularly if you're a business, would you tell people not to spend any money, just watch and wait? This was something that happened to the business community during the FDR years. There was obviously government investment, but private investment pulled back. Would you say this is the same thing again?
I'd say that's exactly the scenario that's happening right now. If you talk, and I don't know where my colleagues are on this, but if you talk to the financial folks, they'll tell you everybody is in a wait and see. They were waiting very much for Geithner to release some of those details, and now they're all hoarding whatever money's out there. The way it was explained to me is, in very crude terms, is everybody has a gun to their head. And everybody has it at each other. And everybody's waiting to see who's going to blink first.
Let's pick up on the political message thing, because, Craig, you talked about the president kind of playing the fear card right now, to some degree, realistically and accurately, because to kind of sugarcoat this would be inaccurate. But is he perhaps making a public relations gaffe right now by not at least emphasizing more optimism?
Sometimes I think he's trying to be too different from Bush, and that is what we do. We elect presidents who are a change from the things we were disappointed in the previous president, and they feed that. So sometimes I think he's being too technical, too realistic, and maybe not enough cheery optimism, which I think is coming once this plan gets to the place and they're out there building these projects. But some projects that people can get excited about and see and touch and feel, the way maybe they ought to hire somebody, like Roosevelt hired Woody Guthrie to write a song about the Grand Coulee Dam. They paid him $10 for it. It was cheap even then, I think. I just don't see, some of the projects that seem to excite Obama the most, I'm not sure lend themselves to that. I don't see Bruce Springsteen singing a song about digitized medical records, for example.
Go ahead. Thanks very much, and thank you all for coming and being with us today.